All right, guys, this is the no-fail method to skyrocket your confidence. It's super simple, okay? It really just comes down to the identity of who you are as a person, okay? Are you comfortable with who you are as a person? If you're not confident, it's probably because you're not comfortable with who you are as a person and you're looking for external validation, all right? I'm not confident because I couldn't win that game. I'm not confident because when I said hi to that female, she did not respond well. I'm not confident because my parents didn't love me. These are all just excuses and evidence that you do not have a solid identity in who you are. And I am definitely not going to diminish that life sucks sometimes, right? We're all humans. Sometimes we have experiences in life that really shake our confidence. I've really had one this year. I've always been a very confident individual, but I'm not going to lie. I had a pretty negative experience this year that really traumatized me and made me feel afraid to be confident. And how did I fix that? I just got to realize that who I am, I was created with a specific set of skills and a specific story and a specific path. Who I was created to be is good enough. And who you were created to be, Mr. or Mrs. Viewer, is good enough, okay? It's good enough. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You were created in the image of God. And what happens is life or the matrix or the devil, whatever you want to call it, is trying to play a game against you. You are playing a game, and the opponent you're facing wants you to lose. And so any way that that enemy can get you to lose, they will pull everything that they can to get you to lose, okay? And so taking away your confidence and taking away the joy of just being who you are, taking away that joy of, hey, I was created a certain way, is one of the big things because it immobilizes you, okay? Each and every single person on this planet was created with unique abilities. There are some people that were designed to be leaders. There are some people that were designed to be followers. There are some people that were designed to be neither a leader nor a follower. Some may use the term Sigma. They are just out of social norms. Each person has a specific skill set and calling that is valuable. And one of the things that has caused me to not be confident in the past is when something didn't work out and I feel like I did something wrong. Okay, so now I am trying to compensate because I wasn't in control of that thing, and the thing that I wanted, I was unable to attain that thing. Okay, and that's been a source of a lack of confidence for me personally, because when I wanted something and I went for it, it didn't work out, okay? Or it was an unexpected result. And what had happened with that was I started then going into a place of insecurity. Well, obviously I wasn't good enough for that thing, so there must be something wrong with me. So now I have to overcompensate with behaviors in order to be more confident. But the thing is that I've had to realize is sometimes things don't work out because they were not meant for you. You weren't even going to like that thing anyways. You just convinced yourself that you wanted that thing. Sometimes we have to understand that God or the universe has kind of taken us on a little journey, and that thing that we wanted or we thought we wanted that we didn't get and gets taken away from us, and now we're not confident in pursuing, let's just say, a relationship or that job. because that previous job didn't work out, you have to understand that that thing was never meant to work out. It's not like they were the one and then it didn't work out and they're still the one. That's not how it works. It's generally that was a lesson that you were being taken on in order to be a better version of yourself and to maybe grind out some of your impurities. All right. So in my life, I've had experiences where, relationships didn't work or jobs didn't work. Or, I applied for a job and I got rejected. Okay. Well, guess what? That's okay. It just means, and this is not a coping mechanism, that it just means that God had a different plan. Maybe God made that person reject you so you can learn the skill of handling rejection. And maybe that relationship didn't work out because you needed a few skills from it, but ultimately that wasn't the right person. If I really think about it with some of the relationships that I've had that haven't really worked out, I'm not going to lie, in the moment I maybe thought that they were the one, but looking back, I'm kind of glad it didn't work out. And so it's kind of like God saved you from that one, but then you go into your new season of life and now you're insecure because that didn't work out. And honestly, some of the reasons why those things didn't work out is because you didn't follow some of the boundaries that God has put in place. And so when we don't follow the boundaries that God puts in place, our confidence is going to be more likely to be shaken sometimes because we're pursuing something that we shouldn't have, and maybe we're pursuing it for ego, and we're associating now, hey, I made a decision out of ego gratification, or I wanted to get laid, or whatever it is, and now that thing gets taken away from me, and now I'm mad at God because I made a bad decision, and I'm not going to own the fact that I made a bad decision, suffered the consequences, and some of those consequences are that I was not confident. So that's just one of the things, but I will not diminish the fact that there are going to be things that are of great opposition in this life to you and may shake your confidence, and maybe it was due to something that you did wrong. Maybe it's due to something that you're doing right. And you just need to realize generally there is some sort of lesson learned. Maybe you were too bold and that was not the way to approach the situation. Maybe you should have approached a situation with a little bit more of gentleness. Is just kind of one of the ways that I'm thinking about that. So it's okay to, our confidence is rocked. There's Bible characters that did the right thing. Let's talk about, I think it was Elijah, whoever was fighting Jezebel. He was doing the right thing, but the enemy Jezebel was just so scary and so strong that his confidence, he went and hid in a cave. And so you have to understand that it really isn't about you. That enemy is strong. The enemy is strong, but you have somebody who's stronger. The Spirit of God, which is inside of you, you have that with you. And my dad was just on the phone with me. We chatted for about 2 hours today, and I was thinking, just want to bring this up. He had shared with me something about Ezekiel, and I don't remember what it was in the Bible, but he basically said, God said to Ezekiel, the gist of what God said to Ezekiel was, just keep going even when it doesn't feel good, okay? Just keep going even when you don't feel confident. All right, God is generally sending people into situations where they don't feel confident. Sometimes you lose confidence because your confidence is in yourself, and then you realize, holy crap, that I was up against something that I could never handle, and it's a humbling experience. Maybe that experience where your confidence is shaken is due to your trust in yourself. Sometimes, if you really think about it, what you control is so limited. We think we have so much control in life, like, hey, I'm so successful because I did it. Once you realize that your success is really, it's due to your discipline to some extent, but like 99% of your success is not due to you. And honestly, there's people that are successful that did all the wrong things and they're still successful. So I just want you to be comforted and confident that you are good enough the way you are. And if you're overconfident, you may get your shit rocked and have to realize that it's not all about you. So if you're not confident, sometimes you got to realize that there are a spiritual and quantum realm that is operating for and against you, depending on what you're doing. And you got to be able to trust in that. So that's where a lot of confidence comes from. Knowing that there is a plan and the plan is unfolding and you're part of the plan, and you are basically in charge of, am I doing behaviors in accordance with the plan, or am I doing behaviors opposite of what the plan is? And am I going through this in order to build me up? Okay, so maybe I need to get my confidence knocked down so I can build it back up and learn how to deal with that. So there are so many oppositions. Maybe you were just never treated like a human being growing up, and you didn't feel valued, and now you're struggling with that to this day. Well, guess what? That was great. All of that is good, because you are now going to overcome that, and then you're going to be able to help other people do the same. But remember, it's not about you being good. Some of those situations were meant to prime you for the journey ahead. When we just think about a lot of story characters, let's think about Harry Potter. Let's talk about Harry Potter. Harry Potter got everything. Look at Harry Potter's storyline. His parents died, and he gets basically put with this family who hates him, and he gets bullied his whole life. And then he gets to go to the wizarding school and become the hero. But a lot of those things in his life maybe were meant to humble him along the journey, so he didn't say, hey, it was all me, because it wasn't all about him. So that's what I want to leave you guys with today. If you have any questions, comments, snotty remarks, put them in the comments section below, and have a wonderful day, guys. Be confident.